Okay, I'm Nancy Halverson. I am with the Clark League. I'm also on the state board. And membership engagement and leadership development, MELD is my portfolio. Want to welcome you all today. We're going to talk about engaging and leadership and how those two work together. And today we have Jeannie Crevier from Snohomish, Ellie Hutton from Clark. We have Ann Murphy from Clark.
I know, it's really hard. I'm still confused.
Janelle and Ann are past state presidents, and so there's a wealth of experience and wisdom to share with us all. So to start us off, I just want to go over a couple things. We're going to talk about MELD, obviously, and you may have heard of the MELD pods, and that's where a small group of leagues get together once a month to talk and share and discuss. And we also have the membership affinity group, and Ellie and Jeannie are going to be talking about that. We started it this past year, and it's been a huge success. So we're going to go through discussions today. We're giving you a taste because we don't have time to give you a full meal on all of this. So we're giving you a taste. And if you want more information, talk to one of the participants, one of us. We'll be happy to continue the conversations later. And Ann Murphy is going to lead us first in a word cloud.
If she can get back. Oh, this is the challenge of always doing something new. Right. I forgot what to do.
Okay.
Carolyn, you have to tab.
Get out of that.
No. She showed me and you love learning stuff from Carolyn and then okay, and then I tab once I'm here.
You have hit Alt Tab
Yeah.
and then let go of Tab and then hit Tab.
Hit it again. There we go. Got it. Okay. So this is where your phones are muted, but we're going to ask you to use them. So this is getting familiar in the world with the QR code, or if you don't do QR, you can type in menti.com in an internet application that you have. So just direct your phone to the QR code on the screen and then go to that link. If you are typing in the link, you will need the code number down there that's 79819661. And some of you are responding. I love it. We're seeing them come in. And where are our people online? Oh, because there's, how do you what? Menti.com.
mti.com.
Thank you.
And then the code again, I know it's really small here.
79819661.
And we're getting responses coming in.
So what one word describes engagement to you?
We've got all different words. I know some of you may not, I mean, it's kind of fun to try new technology. I know Carolyn keeps helping us out here. I had a learning curve doing this. It was kind of fun. But if you aren't into that, if you have a word you'd like to throw out verbally, please do that. Including, okay. Oh, inclusion, okay.
You want to type that in?
Back to the URL.
Give you another minute. See, this is, we're learning something new. And it's, because sometimes people are saying, well, we need to do these new things to help attract younger members who do this. I was so glad to learn some of this QR stuff at convention last year, because then I could figure out how to park my car some places. Okay, so we've got sharing, listening, focused, excitement, interest, activism, involved, attention, inclusion, learning together, volunteering. Any others? Okay, we're going to try and, oh.
The login number.
Well, I lost it. I don't know if I'll get back to it. 798, no, 7981. It's 4 and 4. 7981 9661 is the code for this particular word cloud. Okay, we're going to move on to the second one. So if you're just coming in, you can pick up on the second one. So in 2 words or less, what defines leadership? So please go ahead and put your responses in. I'll let some come in. And then we'll, because I'm not going to put some answers up. You get to think of your own to begin
It's the
with.
same number.
Yeah, it's the same number. And you should, once you did the number, you should stay in and not have to come back out.
Okay, good, good.
Oh, I'm gonna see if I can get in and put. Oh, we got all kinds of different ideas.
Yeah.
And we'll have a record of this too, so.
Okay, I know.
So we've got vision communicator, listening direction, responsibility, decision-making, nurturing, accountability, delegating, communicator, engaging others to act. Oh, more than 2 words, but okay. Cool. Thinking out of the box is always good. The one word I'd put in when I was making this up and testing it was mentoring. It's something we forget to do as leaders sometimes. So thank you for getting your juices going on this. We'll have these going. We're done with this and see. Okay, we'll go back to the slides.
Right there.
Well, okay, we'll just get you
Okay.
back in your slideshow.
Yeah,
And
okay,
okay, and then Jeannie, you're first. And we just did that.
yeah. So we're going to turn it over to, well, first of all, yeah, one note. On your tape, by your chairs, there is the little white piece of paper, gray piece of paper on the first follower theory. I just want to alert you to it. We're going to discuss it later. We're not going to go over it right now. Okay. So throughout, particularly this year of so many changes and challenges and increased membership, it is an age-old challenge with a lot of organizations and particularly the league. How do we encourage those that join us to get involved and to participate and at times to step up to leadership? And so to do that, we have to engage those that join the league, those that are in the league. It's a constant engagement, and Jeannie and Ellie are going to lead us through that. So it's all yours.
Hi there, I'm Ellie Putnam from Clark County League, and I'm the membership chair there. I'm Jean Crede, and I'm from Snohomish County League, and I've had a variety of jobs, and right now I'm becoming roster manager again.
Let's go.
We're here to share with you, first of all, I so appreciate the opportunity that Nancy offered us to talk to you today about member engagement. The first thing I did was scribble out a script, because if I don't follow a script, I will be off in Peru someplace, then you won't be able to follow me. So we're here to share with you today what we've learned about member engagement from the membership affinity group that Nancy mentioned, which is a statewide group that Ellie envisioned, in fact, and I'm honored that she asked me to help her form. It's where we discuss and gather tips about managing membership issues. We address the technical issues that we've had with the membership system. We learn best practices for reaching out to and engaging with our members. Importantly, we also spend some time talking about the different organizational structures among our leagues, the issues that are raised, that we face. So we end up with an exchange of ideas that address the organizational management concerns that we all can carry back to our leagues. I want you to know that we are not lecturing by any means. Every sentence we say can be prefaced with, we learned that, you know. We're not experts. Well, Riley probably is, but no.
So what slide do you want to be on?
Going, just the member engagement. Okay, you can stop there.
Okay. So what we've done is we invited, Demystifying has that big spreadsheet on, or at least on the website now, it's sent out. But it allowed us to understand who are the membership chairs, who are the roster managers and each local league, who are the treasurers, just so that we could reach out and connect with, all of the folks across the state, who might want to offer input or listen and share and learn. So we've been meeting, we've worked really collaboratively together. We've let people who join a meeting bring up topics that they want to discuss either at that meeting or in a future meeting. And we've learned that there's a big number of leagues here in the state that do use the Club Express platform for their website and membership database. And there's also a number of leagues in the state that use Milo or some other format for their membership database. Because Club Express is such a widespread program across the country, because National League back in 2022 or 2020 announced that the company Club Express was a technology partner with the league. And so a lot of leagues across the country instituted leagues in Club Express. So we talked about some of that. And there, because of all the leagues across the state, across the country using Club Express, there's a league Club Express work group. And they have all different types of committees and forums. And they have monthly meetings on different topics. So there's a membership work group, there's a communications work group, there's treasurers work group that meets more infrequently, but there's a number of groups. And so they've been a great resource that we have worked with. And we get to discuss different topics besides the technical components of Club Express. We also talk about member engagement, retention, leadership development, managing committee, board member and committee chair orientation. More recently with the National League portal, they now have a number of what are called IO groups, and they are basically forums where people can, if you participate in it, you have to notify National League membership services at lwb.org, and they can sign you up for whichever group you want to be part of. So they have one for presidents, membership chairs, treasurers, communications, I think that's the main ones that I'm aware of. And that's a great resource too, because leagues across the country will start to share really great information about what they're doing locally in their community, that then you can go, oh, this is great. So I've got a handout here that we'll hand out later in our program. But in this presentation, we're going to share information of what we have learned from all of the local, the statewide group, the Club Express group, and then the IO group. And we're going to show you how the process of member engagement that membership function puts in place that lays the groundwork for leadership development, because we've seen how this is a linear progression from an enthusiastic new member to league leader. So we all asked this question and answered it various ways. Why do people join the league? So why don't you offer, we don't have a little code for you to put something on your phone. Why don't you just share verbally some of the reasons that you've heard for why people join the league?
Make a difference.
Yep, make a difference.
Want to take action.
Yes, that's a big one. Yep. Anyone else want to share any idea? Yep.
Politics was never mentioned when I grew up, because we lived in a big house on the coast and we had relatives who came and they disagreed with each other on religion and politics. And my mother made the rule was we won't talk about politics or religion in this house. That way people could come and have a good time and nobody got mad at each other. And so I waited till it was able to register to vote and have to ask my parents the difference between a Republican and a Democrat because I had the clue. And so I'm one of those rare people who learned from the league what politics was all about.
Oh, God.
Yeah, yep, no, that's interesting. I grew up in a household where my parents didn't share who they voted for because they didn't agree.
Mhm.
And then later on, they did share because they did agree. But anyway, okay.
Lynell?
I have one other, why I joined the league. And it's because they're at a life transition. They've graduated from college, they've retired, they moved to a new town. And it's a way for them to connect to other people.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
and especially in this day and age, what you brought up about politics, that's why we're finding people who are joining the league with even more energy and passion to empowering voters and defending democracy, right? It's become a hot topic for sure. So in our groups, we've learned from each other that our work as membership leaders and performing the membership function can be segmented into these three main categories of contact, connect, and communication.
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna go over in this part.
Right. So one of the first things that we discussed is the importance of making direct contact, personal contact with new members as quickly as possible after they join. The initial step is sending a welcome email that mentions upcoming events or invites them to some form of personal get together, a bridge to what comes next. However, a word of caution, not every new member will respond to this initial outreach. In fact, the consensus has emerged across the state and within the Lead Club Express membership roundtable that only about 10-15% of new members will reply to that welcome email. And so a member of our league, when I was talking with her recently, she said, I don't know that people understand how many checkbook members we have, meaning people that want to contribute to the league, and that's it. Some leagues continue their outreach follow-up through phone calls and with invitational messages. Most leagues mail welcome packets to new members, and typically that's as far as it goes for now. We'll come back later to what we call those checkbook members, meaning they paid their dues, they haven't been chosen to be active yet. For those new members who do respond, however, we can move on to something more active, and that's
Connecting, yeah. And you connect through any in-person activity, and I want to emphasize that because it seems that when you have direct personal contact with someone, then that's the best way to get them involved and get them engaged. So we meet with them face to face and we try to find out where they are in life. You know, are they retired or still working? Do they live with family members, or are they alone? Do they have a lot of varied interests, or are they kind of a single focus thing? I want to increase voter turnout, whatever. Are they active in any other organizations? Because we find that very useful and helpful for us. So we take the time to inform them about the league in general, about our own particular league and how it's structured and organized. So, but we want to use this time primarily to learn about their interests and skills and what their aspirations are, what they want to get from their league experience. So different leagues do this in different ways. Some leagues, many leagues have social gatherings where they meet with new members. That includes also a lot of league leaders attend this as well. And I know Spokane League does this with an informative lunch on a regular schedule every month, same diner. Consistency is key. So you gotta do that every time. It's what people come to expect. Then some leagues have very structured, formal mentoring programs, which is also really, really important for ongoing leadership development. Whatcom County has a great program going on that is fully documented with a step-by-step process. suggested scripts of important points to bring up when they're speaking with new members to make sure they cover all the territory that they need to cover. Clallam County has a couple of excellent programs that kind of, I don't know, I hate to put it like this, but it's all I can think of right now is forcing interaction with new members. In particular, they have a lunch and learn program where members pack a bag lunch and then they'll go and attend tours or lectures or visits to community attractions or museums or landmarks or something like that. And really, the purpose, as I understand it, is to give league members an opportunity to participate together and also to boost their knowledge of what their community has to offer. But it's a big attraction, I think, for new members. I just want to add that I do one-on-one meetings with new members, and over the course of the past year, I've met with 20 new members, the majority of them in person, some on Zoom, without exception. Every single person that I have met with is now engaged in some kind of statewide or local program with the league. So yeah, I mean, that is truly what it takes, is doing that initial personal contact.
And as we've also previously said, however, most new members will not respond to welcome emails and encourage them to participate. So how can we reach out to them? Well, here's one idea, and this is something, there's a handout here. It's called,
Snack size of this. Well,
more snaps.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you suppose they're hearing them? Online people?
And so what this is, it's a.
Diane, can you hear them?
And this is something that I found through the President's IO group.
You're muted.
The microphone's.
national, IO group.
I can hear them, yes.
Thank you. Sorry. We were checking to make sure Zoom people could hear you. So you need to talk a little louder if you could, Ellie. That'd be great.
Very input, but thank you for that encouragement. So yeah, snack size job list. And it's really just asking a minimal amount of commitment. You know, it's just saying, can you offer 90 minutes in a year? You know, so you get to pick and choose. And the objective is to give new members a doable, defined, finite task in a relatable setting of their choice. And they get to contribute to the league's objectives. And they also get to learn about the league and other members. So if you think about each phrase in that statement and then remember how you felt when you joined the league, did you, like me, experience some awe at how big, far-ranging, and complicated the league seemed to be? You know, this idea provides a first step, a smooth transition into active engagement. So the very first thing I signed up for when I was a league member was, oh, there's a sign-up sheet here to help with candidate forms. Sure, I can sit at the welcome table, right? And just greet the candidates and the public as they come in.
Yeah, my very first job was as a roster manager, so here I am regressing. But you know, at least this is something I know how to do, right? So, you know, it's been a great run. So the point of all this is to connect with our members, right? And to connect the new member to the committee chair or the issue area leader or, you know, whatever, to get them engaged and involved. And then they begin their own journey through the league and what they know that they want to contribute. And so to keep them engaged, we need to talk about communication. Right.
And communication includes all the different ways that we reach out to our members, regardless of how long they have been in the league. Because member engagement is ongoing. And in the membership affinity group, we've discussed the content of the welcome emails, packets and follow-up, forms of onboarding, meetups for social gatherings, whether we have all member meetings and how often we have them. We learned that some leagues have very few all member meetings and they
do their work primarily through different committees or actions and things like that. And then also the emails and newsletters that we send out, to keep members informed. And the point is that all lead communications have an important and integral role in keeping members engaged. Lead communications keep the lead present in members' lives. At the same time, you've likely had conversation about not over communicating with your members, but still keeping your members informed and participating. Yeah, I don't know if you all have experienced that. We're conscious of how many emails we send out. And are they being ignored or are they being opened? So yeah, you wanna have that conversation. So bringing it all together, we've been talking about contacting, connecting, and communications. And again, what's important to know is that the operational work that your membership function does lays the groundwork for leadership development. We're kind of like, I kind of compare us to the HR department, you know, we bring people on, we onboard them, and then we, you know, kind of turn them loose into their area of development, their departments or something. Because in any organization, leaders develop organically. And after we bring them on, other leaders will help them continue to grow. So that's why we want to reach out to them quickly and personally. We connect the new members with issues that they care about. And then we ensure that ongoing communications will keep that relationship going, not just in the first few weeks, but for the long haul. Because people join the league for a reason, the reasons that you talked about. So we want to make sure that they get what they came for. So do we have time for
Sure,
questions? in this
we have time
segment?
for questions.
Any questions? Yes.
Are you going to get into the, whether you use Club Express or Marlowe and pros, cons, or are you neutral on those platforms?
I have to say, I was part of a 4-person committee in RV and Clark County when we were considering it. And I had attended national convention virtually, and so I attended a workshop that the company Club Express put on during that convention. And I was really pleased with it. Club Express is a membership association based platform. And so they offer great website abilities. They have a wonderful capacity for your membership directory, and they have tons of reports. So for instance, our local league has in our bylaws that we have to have a 20% quorum for our annual meetings in order to do business. Our league has grown tremendously since I joined in 2017. It was about 30 members then or something like that. It's now, it was at our annual meeting in May, it was at 104. So you go, oh my God. And the unfortunate thing was we had switched the date of it, so it wasn't the Saturday right after Mother's Day. We thought, okay, that'll be better. Then we had all kinds of board members, committee chairs, longtime members who were like, oh, I'm gone. And I was like, oh my goodness. I could look, because we use the email system in Club Express, I could look and see who never opened their emails. And so I made a list, and our board people called members that were on that list to say, hey, we really need you at our meeting. And we ended up with 55 people. So, you know, you also, you know, we had a speaker, we had a pop-up, you know, we did things to entice, but Club Express really has a lot of assets to it. So you can mark your interest, like this checklist, mark your interest, you can sign up to volunteer, you can have a calendar that has an event calendar, you have all different kinds of meetings on, you know, or get-togethers and stuff like that. The downside of it is you have to encourage your members to log in, because we keep the directory private, we keep our event calendar private, because there's personal information shared in those. And when you're registering for things, and so you just have to really encourage your members to log in, and we're still trying to fix how to do that, because you know people find it cumbersome. And we are not the only, you know, in this public express trans people, we hear that. We hear that a lot. I don't, what I have heard about Milo is, it's a very good platform, but it isn't a membership. And so you can't have all that relational report. I can draw all kinds of reports from it. So that's, and I like the portal, the national portal, but the reporting functionality of that is, you know, pretty minimal compared to what other treasure.
Any other questions?
I would encourage you to have your, the people who do take care of the membership for your leagues, to come one time or two times or whatever, to the membership affinity group, because we cover different areas. We cover more the operations of how to manage your membership. And it come away with such great ideas. I learned from everybody there.
Yeah, I also echo that. Please attend the membership affinity group. The information is valuable and you never know what's going to come up. And
Yeah, and so if you want to be added to the list, I don't have a sign up, but I could give you a sign up. If you want to, have them add you to the email list, also on the state leagues have that calendar. And we aren't meeting in July or August for this summer, but or June and July, but we're gonna meet in August again, and we meet on the first Thursday of this time at 6:30 to 7:30 in the evening.
yeah. Okay, thank you. Carolyn, would you be so kind as to come up?
Yes.
We're gonna take a very short break. And there are some, information on some other leagues that she talked about just on their programs. If you would.
So do you want the next slide? Is that what you're
Yeah.
telling
couple
me?
next slides.
Okay.
Let's see if this is an appropriate number. Oh my gosh, the one that never gets called. Number one, never gets called.
Wow.
Okay, number one is Myra. Myra. I've never been in a meeting where number one got called. For those of you who don't know, Carolyn is a member of the state staff. And she's also worked part-time for the Bellingham Watson League. She is a master at social media, at graphics, and is a tremendous asset to the league. And we have a new intern, and you are in charge of the intern?
Yeah, we have an intern, Emma. She's starting on Monday, actually. I'm like meeting with her to brief her. And her primary focus is gonna be to help local leagues expand their communication. We're hoping to put together a survey to send out. So we can kind of glean what local leagues are missing, the holes are, and I'm glad that I was assigned this room to do tech, because I generally think externally with communication, but is a good reminder that there's a lot of internal communication that needs to happen too, that perhaps Emma can assist with. So we're hoping to utilize her to create toolkits and templates and gather resources, so there's more of an organized hub for local leagues to access.
Terrific, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay, I'm gonna, here it is. Let's see, is there another, do we have one more?
Oh, you don't want to leave it on the break.
We have one, yeah, there's another, yeah.
When you're ready, I'll do this one.
Okay, so,
Nobody's really breaking.
how can we do this with the small groups? And then there's gonna be this. And then you have something else, right? Yeah,
We stop this transmission momentarily while we figure out which copy of the directions for. Yeah, I was picking up some different pages and something.
yeah,
Okay.
that's what, yeah, those are the questions for the small
Yeah,
groups. Okay, we
Tell me
would,
you're ready.
yeah, we would like to split into some small groups, so I was thinking. This group right here. And the two back rows and maybe, if Carolyn, if you'd like to join, and Sir, if you'd like to join that group or this one, we're gonna do some small group discussions on aspects of leadership and, if you, this for the group. And I think you have one.
That's so pretty.
Yeah, so, we would like you to choose a note taker. And,
Not a very subtle hint, is it?
and, Janelle's gonna, is going to lead this discussion, the questions that we're going to go over on the. Yes. And we'd like you to discuss, and as Linnell goes through this, to choose your top answer or comment on each question. So I'm going to turn this over to Linnell.
To repeat everything that Nancy said, because Nancy really knows what's going on. She is a great leader. Thank you. Thank you for doing this. You've got 4 questions and you've got a bunch of people. And we'd like you to have an opportunity to, as a group, discuss or mention or identify responses to those 4 questions. The reason that you have post-its is because after you designate somebody who's going to stand up and say, yeah, our most important thing is blah, blah, blah. Write down what you think, not necessarily what the group thinks, but what you think, and then put it up here. And that way we can hear from absolutely everyone, because it's sometimes the least verbal that is the most useful. So you've been in meetings with me.
I know, I have.
Anyway, the point is, as a group, go through those 4 questions, choose something that you want to share at the end of the session, and then write out your own idea that may not be the group idea, so we can put it up on the wall. Okay? If you have questions, just ask Nancy what I said.
No, I like your idea much better. You know, we have another group, what you hear.
All right, ladies, when you recognize the busy there, where are you noticing them?
I think so, and then,
Oh, I know, where are you from?
yeah,
we bring both. You're all, yeah.
Thanks for joining. Group. And then you can write your own. Yeah, you're so like you wearing a break.
It is. I'm Jeff's work.
On the ending this was, yeah.
It's so hard to go.
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
You have. That was,
Well, I had the lesson and then I had the leadership other than in charge and the every leader.
thank you so much. I love.
For number 1, yeah, the wrong ones, but you can also have.
So then, okay, so I basically, I understand which that I think is how you decide.
I was supportive.
Oh.
Hi. We have not forgotten you. At all. Yeah, we need,
Need the question.
yeah, need a pick. Okay, let me go over the 4 questions. Okay, this is the first question. When you hear the word leadership, what are the first thoughts that come into your brain? Okay. And we could talk for a few minutes with both of you. So I apologize for that break. We had a few things we had to get together. We did give out 1 door prize. So that was pretty exciting to draw number one, so. So any thoughts on this one? Let's see, how can I increase the volume? Oh, Diane, you're muted there.
I'm muted. You know, volume's fine. Do you want me to put my answer in the chat? Or just talk to you?
Let's see, maybe if you type it in,
Yeah, I'll type it in. First thoughts.
What are examples of leadership mistakes? Yeah, not delegating, that's fine. Or not. Yes. Down ideas.
Screen sharing. Okay. Need to get that down. Okay, all right. And can we try again, Diane? To tell me
wait.
what you were putting in.
Oh, sorry, I'm taking a while. I'd say it's making
Yeah.
decisions,
Yeah.
making decisions with,
I'll scroll through to the next question.
okay.
Can leadership be something other than being in charge?
Volunteer.
What you need?
What? I just don't know the average then.
10 to 4.
I just gave 10 to 4. No,
10 to 4.
10 to 4. I just want 7 minutes on that first question.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give them a little bit more time and then I'll say you should move to
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, just because I just brought it up for Zoom. Okay, you on the Zoom are actually a little bit faster than the ones in our room. They're a little slow. Okay. The third question, which might take a little more thinking on, what are examples of leadership mistakes? And since the room is only on the second question, that's why I haven't put it on the screen yet. So what are examples of leadership mistakes?
Yeah. And that goes with supporting it too. Yeah. Close to all this year. Yeah. Oh, because you don't know, and it's gonna come back on you if they hoover it up. But. But it can be collaborate.
I wrote down, yes, every leader.
There we go. I am finally seeing some chat. Okay.
Oh, that was me, yeah. I'm just
Okay,
putting
I'm
like number
finally-
1.
Yeah, able to see the chat.
Okay.
So appreciate your patience on Zoom. I am looking at 2 screens plus the one on the wall. So
Oh yeah, no, don't worry. Number 3 is good.
Oh, let's see, any mistakes?
I'm still writing.
What the mistakes?
Yeah. Any examples of leadership mistakes or what you think are leadership mistakes?
Um,
Okay.
Yes, that should be like at the top.
And.
Yeah.
Assuming everyone understands.
Okay, so I need to go back. This down. Not listening and unwillingness to collaborate. Those are excellent. Yeah. Diane, do you have anything, or excuse me, I apologize. Marilyn, do you have any things that you would like to share via chat? Since I'm not able to hear you all.
Her mistakes. Anyway,
Okay.
I said.
I hear the people in the room and it's like, no, that wasn't Zoom.
Think of a time you volunteered to participate in a
Hi, Marilyn, now I can see you.
Simple as that.
Well, I was gonna say Trump.
Well, that's a good, yeah, that could be a good example, but something. maybe
I was
a little more-
avoiding, I was going to, yeah, I was avoiding that. We're supposed to-
I
Yeah.
thought better of it. I think one of the biggest mistakes is someone talked about not listening, but further than that is not really hearing what other people have to say because you're so focused on what you're doing as the leader that you can't really see beyond that narrow focus. And so you need to be willing to shut up sometimes.
We need to move to question 3. Can you put it on the?
Yeah, okay, just one sec.
Gonna have them set. So. Not necessarily lead, just volunteer in general.
My thinking here is to take the microphone off of that temporarily
Okay,
and move it to your computer speaker.
yeah,
So we have to do that through Zoom.
okay, please do. We're gonna see if we can fix this. We ready to move?
Yeah, we're there.
Okay,
You do.
this should be, no, I did 3 with them. They're now on 3.
They should be on.
Yeah.
Which is on the screen, not reading.
I was talking with them about their question.
Yeah.
Okay, but everybody is looking at that question and they're on question 3, so
They-
just turn that off.
No, they were looking at question 2. Now they're looking at question 3.
And what are leadership mistakes? I thought that was question 4.
What are mistakes? Leadership mistakes.
Four.
4 is think of a time.
Oh, okay, thanks. That's what I knew. See, is that how you want
Okay,
to?
I think I changed it to the microphone. Could someone virtually say something?
Okay, can you hear us?
Yeah, are you talking to the online people? Because I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, and I can now hear you.
I'll just come back.
Okay.
Switch back.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Carolyn. We're gonna get this. By the end of today, we'll have it. Yeah, so the room has just started on the examples of leadership mistakes, so we'll wait a little bit before we go to the 4th question. Yeah,
But your first thing volunteered, why did you do it?
yeah. Marilyn, where are you? What league are you from?
Oh, Seattle, King County.
Okay, all right. What part?
I am in the north part of Seattle.
Okay. And aren't you guys going to be forming a unit or reforming or?
Well, there's a new one forming in part of Seattle, but I go to the virtual unit.
Okay. Okay, good. Yeah. We've had some questions about units today, and I'm not super familiar with them. And I know Seattle has had units for years, so.
Yeah, we probably have what, 7 or 8, and the newest one is in an area called Wallingford. So
Yeah. My son used to live in Wallingford, so, yeah. Nice area.
Then do it. That's it.
How do you support the one? Yeah, well, it's good. It was, I'm doing.
Are we? Linnell, shall we go to, we need to go to 4?
We need to go to 4. If you aren't on 4, if you're on 5, you're in the wrong room.
Yeah, and then,
Come on. Here we go.
So patient with me. You must have been a wonderful mother. You probably still are.
I can't get it to move.
Is that Marilyn?
Well,
Okay.
I wouldn't go anywhere.
Well, stop sharing and start again. Oh, there you go.
Okay. Question 4. We're on question 4. Think of a time when you volunteered, participated. What prompted you to join? And how do you support the one who takes the lead?
no, this is long. I mean, I'm good. And it's the one. Okay.
Well, I'm just gonna write through this. And, for my notes.
Do you want me to help you with the
Yes.
now?
Okay, any thoughts on think of a time when you volunteered or participated? What prompted you to join and how do you support the one who takes the lead?
well, in a reverse sort of way, Trump prompted me to join because I got so fed up with what he was doing with voting rights and civil rights.
Okay, anything else that you've worked on with the league by any chance?
Well, I did work on the writing up on the Tulalip Indian tribe,
Okay.
and I am the incoming treasurer for Seattle King County.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
well, I'd say that's a step up. Absolutely.
Wow, that's
Thank
a
you for
huge
doing
job.
that. Yeah, that's a big job.
I know.
Oh,
Right
wow.
here, Diane.
Well, I was prompted to join League. It's a long story, but I was always really, I'm from New York and I was always impressed with the write-ups League came up with in those voter pamphlets I had because they were
Yeah.
they would just had really good information. It was succinct. It was really informative, but I was working full time and I thought, oh, I'll just do this when I have more time. So it was decades later, I finally joined League, but I think it was really having a belief in the mission.
Okay.
This was before Trump. And then the way I support the leader of our various group. Well, I actually became the lead president after I've been in League for 10 years. I became the president of our local league. And I just, yeah, I just support, the issue chair, whatever, by just showing up and, if they give me an assignment, Doing
Okay,
it.
great. We're gonna go back to the main room.
Because it all means like, so I'm burning that fire.
Right.
Well,
Did we all get your attention?
This you want or?
Very briefly, I've got your notes after, we're gonna just talk for your one word response that you did from the first question, and then Nancy's gonna take us away.
We have a two.
What was your one word?
It was.
Oh. Effective. Remember, effective.
They're on one word. Okay, remember.
They're all just paragraphs. Now, maybe we should read them. Because I should want to. Trust. Trust was the second. And the third.
Good listener, listening.
Listening. Trust, effective, and listening. TELE. Yes, yes, that's good. Let them read or something. But anyway, I invite you to take a look at these on the way out, and we're gonna do, I'll take the notes and we'll put it together with PowerPoint, which will be available to you for a small subscription price.
And tomorrow, by tomorrow.
Oh, all right, yes. It's by tomorrow, because she's retired and she got all this.
Did you?
Ready? Yeah, oh, absolutely, actually.
Okay, we're going to close with a couple things. One of them is the first follower theory. This is by Derek Sievers. The first follower theory argues that leadership isn't created by the lone pioneer, but by the first person that joins them. Because that follower transforms an individual action into a shared moment. The first follower signals legitimacy, lowers the social risk for others, and shows how to follow, making collective action possible. In this sense, the first follower is often more important than the original leader in turning an idea into a movement. And I think that's a very important thing to remember when we are looking to engage, when we're looking to ask, when we're looking to encourage participation and growth in the league, is how valuable when someone says yes. And that just really needs to be honored rather than expected. Okay, we need to honor that. So when I came across this, I wanted to share it because it hit me very, very hard. And I do, when Jeannie was talking about her first experience or her first joining, the very first thing that I did in the league after I joined was I said, I'll volunteer at a candidate forum. And my job was to put the name cards and the bottle of water by the speakers. And I was petrified. This was a big, big deal for me. Big deal. I survived, obviously. I only messed up once, but I didn't spill any water on anybody. So someone encouraged me to do that and basically held my hand because, I mean, really, a grown woman and I'm afraid to give water to, somebody I didn't know. And so that I always try to think about that when asking someone or encouraging someone to take the next step. And that first step then can lead you up to leadership in all these different levels in the league. And leadership doesn't always mean the person that's in charge. That was one of the questions. Leadership means a good example. You could be part of a big committee, but you encourage, you ask questions, and you say, well, yeah, I can do that little thing, but you're not in charge. But you're a valuable part of the entity. And so I think those are really important things to think about. We have this big topic of leadership and we're always trying to find leaders. What we want are partners. We want people to link arms with as we do this together. And as a follow-up, we'll be talking about that tonight at the Models of Leadership Caucus. And I know that we are conflicting with a number of other caucuses, but we have a number of leagues who are going to talk about how they have made the journey, some successful, some not successful, in non-traditional models of leadership for their league and have navigated it to success. So I'm excited about looking forward to that. And it's a natural progression from this because we're seeing that you've got to engage people like Jeannie and Ellie talked about. You've got to engage them before you can even encourage them to do anything further. So the engagement has to come before any kind of leadership development. And then there's no set, model for leadership, as the league has definitely demonstrated. Other organizations, maybe, this is the way we do it. We do it to make it work. So one of my favorite sayings, and I can't remember which movie this came from, maybe from Back to the Future, that there are no rules. We are trying to get something done. Obviously, in league, we do have a few rules and policies, but you get what we're saying.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so Carolyn would grace us with one more drawing, and we want to thank Diane and Marilyn for being online, and they're sharing with us about the different questions. And let's see, here's the, okay. I didn't know how many, we're going to be here, so I just made a whole. Better not be number 2. Let's see. I'm not sure that this one, nope, we'll have to do, that was 33.
33 for transparency.
You were enthusiastic.
Yeah, sure. 40.
Yeah, 40.
22.
20 to Ellie. Ellie Hatton. Thank you, Carolyn. So any final thoughts, questions, concerns that you would have for the caucus is in the main seat.
Okay. I feel slack.
The MELD, is that an abbreviation of the?
Yeah, for membership engagement and leadership development.
And when we got it, it was MLD.
Yes, the coaching program.
Yeah.
When it started.
And I was a coach.
Oh,
That's why when it came, that's the category.
Oh, you're right.
I had the experience doing MLD.
Would you like to do this again?
I would like to do it again.
Ready? May I have your contact information?
What's your name? And then hang up.
Here.
And you live here in Washington?
No, I haven't been in the league until today.
Oh.
In Washington. I spent my 50 years in league in Oregon.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, well, if you'll wait just a second and I'll write down. Yes, we would love to have, thank you. Well, I was gonna, oh, yeah. We have a handout. We have a handout and we also have a treat when you leave, but Linnell has something for you first.
Oh, Linnell has something.
Thank you all for participating and sharing.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Diane and Marilyn. Ellie Hutton won the second door prize, and I apologize that I don't have any chocolates for you, but everybody leaving the room does get a chocolate, and Linnell is um, giving out a handout. So the only we have the handout of the what is it called, snack size things, and hers. So that's the only handout. And I don't think you got the first follower. So if you could put your email in the chat, I'll mark it down and get.
Your third question that you address, what are mistakes that leaders make? This talks about what are mistakes that engagement people, like the membership people and the welcome people make. So this is like the answer key to lots of situations, like, why didn't they come back? So I think that you will enjoy reading this, like when you're in the backseat of the car on your way back to your gadget or whatever. You're gonna go, thank you very much.
Thank you.